Hi, Tabitha. You asked for help with number 49 of section 1.6, and here it is. Number 49 down below says, solve for f of x is bigger than or equal to 0. And the function they give you is in terms of this graph right here. There's this function as a graph, and you're asked to solve f of x bigger than or equal to 0. The way I like to think about these types of questions is you got to think also visually what this means. Reinterpret that statement, f of x bigger than or equal to 0. So when I think of f of x's as a graph, these on the graph are like the heights, right, at x. Okay? So when you're trying to think about when f of x is bigger than or equal to 0, you want to think of when the heights are bigger than or equal to 0. That's your goal to understand. And you solve it for saying for which values of x. Does that make sense? So that's how you try and reinterpret what's happening here. So looking at this graph, when are the heights bigger than or equal to 0? Well, when is the height equal to 0, first of all? And the height is equal to 0 exactly here, right? Along the y-axis at the value 0. That's when the height equals 0. So bigger than or equal to 0, we're talking about, in that direction, right? Above the x-axis. And so if I look along, here's the x-axis, and I'm looking along the x-axis, and I'm asking when are the function's heights bigger than or equal to 0? It's like, when are the function's heights above the x-axis? And you could see here that that happens exactly -4 to -1 and 1 to 3. And you would include both those endpoints for both intervals. So the solution would be -4 to -1 union 1 to 3.